Hi, this is Phoenix Genesis from PhoenixGenesis.com and our YouTube channel is Phoenix Genesis and Fry Camp. So, continuing my Pacific Crest Trail 2018 Sobo through the desert. I want to go super light. There's not a lot of water. I don't want to carry all the heavy water. I'm going to have my service dog, Jake. He's a Siberian Husky, and we want to move light and fast through the desert. So I'm going to have less food. I'm going to have less water. I'm going to have nutritious food because I'm now off 35 days off refined carbs and sugar. So that's going to be a real challenge with what I'm going to eat. I'm not going to bring a stove because there's not enough water to cook anything anyway, and I'm not going to cold soak. Just things that are easy to digest and high in fat and protein. Again, no carbs, no sugar. I am going to bring some goji berries because a little bit of sugar, but that's it. That's natural sugar. So what am I going to do to make my hammock setup? Again, I like the hammock because when it all folds up, it's very modular and it'll fit in a smaller pack like this, so I can carry a little hydration vest and I don't have to carry a big pack through the desert, which is wonderful. And again, that shaves a lot of weight. This is less than a pound. Pillow though, again, you can go ultra light, but then you sacrifice comfort. And if I don't get, I think what you carry on your back is just as important as what you have to sleep in. And if you're not comfortable and you don't get a good night's sleep, you just can't repair your body. So having said that, I am going to either take this or my fleecy inflatable Walmart pillow, but I need something that goes around the neck because I found my regular inflatable pillow just kept falling to the ground and I'd have to search for it in the middle of the night, and it was all just nasty and dirty and it would deflate. So I want something that just kind of goes around the neck, stays around the neck all night while I'm in the hammock. And honestly, it's, I could like just stick it out here. I don't even have to put it in there. We'll make it fit. We'll find a way. Maybe I'll put a hole and tie it to the outside. I'm going to drop from my Eno SuperSub to my Sub6. That's going to cut half the weight of my hammock down from like 9 ounces to like 5 ounces. And the SuperSub, of course, is more comfy, but I just don't want to carry that weight and bulk. So this is fine. This is much better than the Sea to Summit super ultralight thing I had at the beginning when I was going Nobo this year down in Campo in April, that ripped right away, and it just wasn't soft and luxurious like the Eno. I really love my Thermarest hammock. It's much warmer, which is better in the winter, and it's more durable. Unfortunately, it just weighs too much. So again, it's more bulky in the pack. So this is what I'm gonna go with. And usually for the mosquito netting, I did buy a mosquito suit that I'm probably going to take next year, like especially in the really bad mosquito from Kenny Meadows forward through the Sierras and Oregon and Washington, as in addition to something over the hammock. I had a little 3 ounce, and the mosquito suit's 3 ounce, and I had a bivy that I went in, which was like 3 ounce mosquito bivy. It's just too restrictive. I don't want to be inside anything. I don't want a sleeping bag. I don't want a bivy. So I'm going to add a couple more ounces, and that's why I need to cut on the hammock to make up for this. But this is just really nice. I just throw this over here. It just hangs down. I can clip it with these plastic clips my boyfriend Steve made for me, or I just wrap it around, tuck it in, and it'll keep the mosquitoes out. But more than anything, it's a windbreak, and it was kind of windy earlier today, and I was in here, and it did cut about 5 degrees. It really broke the wind nice. And also, if it rains with the tarp, it gives you a little backsplash. And this was completely free. This came out of a hiker box at Lake Morena, and I wrapped myself in it. That one night I was really cold, sleeping in the handicap stall in the bathroom at the campground. And it does have a little hole. I could duct tape that or sew it, or burn it with a lighter maybe to seal it up. It's really not going to make a difference because it's down here. I'll probably just sew it up so it won't rip more. And with this, see, I can put a trekking pole or stick, a hiking stick here, and I could actually use this if I go to ground. It has nice little clips here. Always the same paracord. I like the bright color because I can see it. Got to have that Ridgeline. I also I have a really lightweight Sea to Summit bag that weighs like maybe an ounce, and that's my Ridgeline organizer. I have another Ridgeline organizer, and I just kind of hang everything. I actually will run 2 Ridgelines so I don't stress this one too much and pull it too far down, too close to my face. Then the lightweight Metolius clips will come with me again. I will take 4 of those because, see, right now I'm hooked up. This is my new Metolius Dyneema line, and I'm going to use this But if I want to extend this, I'm going to want to have extra clips. So I usually bring 4 clips, and I'll bring 4 of this length. I burn this at the end, the paracord, and that has multiple uses, from wrapping around the tree to hanging a clothesline while I'm also in my hammock while my clothes are drying, all kinds of things. So this line is really strong. This is for it's a sling for mountain climbing. This isn't going to break. I mean, this is really good load bearing, and I've lost weight too since I don't eat sugar and carbs. And again, a lot of people will have like an undersling. I tried the undersling, and I don't like it because I tried the Sea to Summit one, and first of all, it's 5 ounces. Second of all, it just rubs, and it can not only rip the hammock, but it's just annoying, and it just kind of drags on the ground. I don't like it. And when you have a lightweight pack, you can just clip it here. See, I just have these lightweight night eyes, I guess they're called, clips, and you can just clip that right there, or this is just a regular clip right here, and I can just hang the pack right here and just throw my rain jacket or just a plastic cover. I mean, the pack's so small. And again, down here I have extra clips to hang gloves and hats. Again, super lightweight. These are not for climbing, it says right there, but they're perfect for just hanging things off my pack. So that's it. Also, I want to talk about what I learned about hammock camping versus the last couple years on the PCT, where I have not hammock camped and I've actually tented or I've bivvied. And bivvy's great. It's really lightweight, but it's just not that comfortable. Be on the ground. I love the hammock. The hammock can have some disadvantages and not always be comfortable. It can be cold. So that's one mistake I made, was I only had the Neo Air X-Lite underneath me, and it was just too cold. And I had my 20-degree underquilt, which I was using as overquilt, and I ended up putting the underquilt underneath as it was intended, and then just going and putting the my little lightweight, really thin fleece blanket on top, with blowing up the Neo Air and sliding that on top, and it just wasn't really that comfortable. So I'm gonna bring an extra Costco packable down throw, which is 15 ounces for my either top or underquilt with the Neo Air, to just be a little bit warmer this time. I mean, again, I'm bringing an extra 15 ounces, but to sleep comfortably, it's worth it. So that was the one thing. Secondly, again, I'm swapping this out so that I like it. It just makes you feel like you're more in a little tent, in a little house. So again, I'm adding another 4 ounces, but I'm subtracting it from the hammock. And again, you could go, the other thing I was going to say, you could have a hammock that actually comes with this attached to it, but again, if it rips, then you got to throw out the whole hammock. I just love the hammock because it's just so packable in your pack, and it's so modular, and I have a couple different ones, so I can just swap to my heart's content. I have different straps, I have different mosquito nettings, I have 3 different tarps that I use, and 3 different hammocks. So it's great, and you can even make your own, so that's great. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and that's just going to be the way to go. And there was another guy hammock camped this year and on the PCT, and he made it all the way from Mexico to Canada, and he said maybe 12 times he actually had to go to ground, and that was in the first 300 miles, and he always found a place to hang his hammock. And you start thinking like a hammocker, you actually look around, where can I hang, and would this tree work? I mean, you start looking at your environment so much more differently than oh, okay, this is a campsite everybody camps at. And I really was warmer because I was surrounded by trees all the time, and I wasn't camping on some hard spot in the open that really wasn't that warm. So I was actually more comfortable. So having said that, I'll when I'm out in the field, like always, I'll show you my full gear on this trip. And don't forget to get your permit for 2019. See you on the trail. Bye.